Nanomaterials and nanotechnology. Today we want to discuss about nanotechnology. The concept of nanotechnology was first presented by Richard Feynman. The word nanotechnology was introduced by Professor Norio Taniguchi. The nanomaterials are at the size of 10 power minus 9 meters, or it is the length of 3 atoms in a line. For example, a DNA molecule is 2.5 nanometers wide. A protein is approximately 50 nanometers in length, and influenza virus is 100 nanometers. You see the definition of nanomaterial: material with any external dimensions in the nanoscale 10 power minus 9, usually 1 to 100 nanometers, or having internal structure or surface structure in a nanoscale, and it is measured in Kelvin. These are the chemical substances manufactured and used at a very small scale. They exhibit novel characteristics compared to the same material without nanoscale features. The features of nanomaterials are increased strength, chemical reactivity, and conductivity. The sources of nanomaterials: naturally occurring, like viruses, volcanic ash, maxi crystals on lotus leaf, soot from forest fires and clay. Generated nanomaterials, like incidental byproducts of combustion processes, example welding, burning of biomass and diesel engines. Engineered nanomaterials are intentionally produced with designed physicochemical properties. For example, carbon black, titanium dioxide, nanoparticles. Types of nanomaterials. Nanoparticle is three-dimensional nanomaterial. The longest and shortest axes do not differ significantly. A nanofiber has two external dimensions. Nanotubes are hollow nanofibers. Nanorods are solid nanofibers. Nanoplate has one external dimension in the nanoscale. Nanoribbon has two larger dimensions. They are significantly different. These are the various types of nanomaterials: nanosphere, nanorod, nanocapsule, self-assembled nanoparticles like micelles and liposomes, and natural ferritin. Engineered nanomaterials are like albumin plus drug combinations in synthetic virus like nanomaterials. Nanostructured materials are characterized by phases of matter. A nanocomposite is a solid containing at least one physically or chemically distinct region or collection. They have at least one dimension in the nanoscale. A nanofoam is a liquid or solid matrix filled with gaseous phase. Either phase has dimensions on the nanoscale. Nanoporous material is a solid material containing nanopores. These pores are nanoscale in dimensions. Nanocrystalline material has significant fraction of crystalline grains in the nanoscale. Coming to the synthesis of nanomaterials, there are two methods: top-down and bottom-up. The top-down method involves reduction of the size from bulk materials. That is, bulk materials are broken down into smaller ones. The processes are involved crushing, milling, and grinding. The drawback is uniform sized particles are not produced. The bottom-up method involves assembly of atoms or molecules into nanostructured arrays. It generates nanoscale materials of uniform size, shape, and distribution. The raw materials used are gases, liquids, or solids. Bottom-up methods are of two categories, like chaotic or controlled. The chaotic process, here the atoms or molecules are elevated into chaotic state or unstable state, and the conditions are suddenly changed to make the unstable state stable one. Formation of nanoparticle is controlled through manipulation of end state of products. For example, laser ablation, exploding wire, arc, flame pyrolysis, precipitation, synthesis. Controlled processes include controlled delivery of atoms or molecules to the sites of nanoparticle formation. Here the nanoparticle can grow to a prescribed size in a controlled manner. For example, self-limiting growth solution, self-limited chemical vapor deposition, shaped pulse femtosecond laser techniques, molecular beam epitaxy. Synthesis of nanomaterials using microorganisms. So what are microorganisms? They are microscopic in size. For example, bacteria, fungi, algae, and viruses. So many microorganisms produce inorganic material either extracellularly or intracellularly. So the mechanisms differ with different biological agents. Intracellular synthesis of nanoparticles. This involves special ion transport in the microbial cell. Cell wall of the organism plays an important role. There is an electrostatic interaction between positively charged metal ions and negatively charged cell wall. The enzymes present within the cell wall reduce the ions to nanoparticles. The nanoparticles diffuse out through the cell wall. For example, some fungi, Actinomycetes and Lactobacillus. The various steps involved are trapping the material, bioreduction and capping. So here is an example of Lactobacillus kimchicus producing gold nanoparticles. Extracellular synthesis of nanoparticles. The enzyme comes out of the cell and then it will reduce the substance into a nanoparticle. Examples of nanoparticles synthesized by bacteria: Pseudomonas stutzeri, Corynebacterium species, Bacillus species, Rhodos Pseudomonas capsulata, Klebsiella pneumoniae, Enterobacter cloacae, Bacillus cereus, Salmonella typhimurium, each of them producing different types of nanoparticles like silver and gold nanoparticles of various sizes. Synthesis of nanoparticles by Actinomycetes, Thermomonospora and Rhodococcus. They produce gold nanoparticles of different sizes. Then by yeast, Ischia jardini, Candida glaberata, Saccharomyces pombe, Yaroya lipolytica produce gold, cadmium sulfide and silver nanoparticles of light and gold nanoparticles of different sizes. Now coming to the synthesis of nanoparticles by viruses. Viruses like tobacco mosaic virus produces different types of nanoparticles like silicon dioxide, cadmium sulfide, lead sulfide, ferric oxide, and M13 bacteriophage produces zinc sulfide and cadmium sulfide nanoparticles of different sizes. Thank you.